Special treat today in studio. He is Brewers Manager Craig Counsell. Long commute from Whitefish Bay, so glad you could make it in, Craig.
It took less than 5 minutes to get here.
It's actually a convenient interview for Craig, and I tell you what, unbelievable fan response. You have 10,000 tickets for the Friday game, and immediately you got to have more tickets for that game. Incredible response from Brewers fans, Craig.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I thought, you know, I really thought there was a chance that this would happen, that there would be a great response to it. You know, I know it's been a fun team to watch, and it feels like the fans have picked up on it kind of as the season has gotten going. And we're down to just a few games left. You know, there's some tough tickets for the rest of the year for some of the other games, I'm sure. So I hope it's a great weekend. I know our players really appreciate the fan support, and they'll be surprised that we can get fans in the stadium on a game that's basically just announced yesterday.
Unbelievable that, yeah, it crashed the website and you basically had 30,000 tickets go in the first 45 minutes,
yeah.
And now another opportunity to at least get your hands on some tickets for the weekend.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I think, you know, that's obviously it was a last moment decision, and the logistics of it from Rick Schlesinger's perspective are very difficult. But, you know, the fan response, I think, has inspired everybody to work hard to try to get everybody accommodated and try to make it, you know, as much, you know, although we are the road team, make it feel like a home game.
What is it like for you that you would have been going on the road, obviously leaving today as of this taping,
yeah.
And now all of a sudden you're preparing for kind of a pseudo home game?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, we do this so much, nothing really changes. You know, from that perspective, it's everybody gets a day off. We don't got to get on an airplane. At this time of the year, I think when you're weary from traveling a little bit, everybody's thrilled by that. You're home with your family, so. You know, it's just a normal weekend for us, really, and you know, I think we'd obviously prefer to be at home, so we caught a little break here.
Will it be different because it's kind of home and road? Yes, you are home, but yeah. You're the road team because they get last at bats. Yeah,
I mean, there's a tiny difference, but it's not a big difference to me, and it'd probably be a little bigger difference for the fans as much as anything, but. We'll adjust pretty fast. We'll get the pitcher ready a little sooner. We'll get our hitters ready a little sooner, and you know, it's 162 games and kind of doing this schedule, so they make the adjustments pretty fast.
Travis Shaw was talking about wearing the white uniforms yesterday. I don't think he's superstitious or extremely superstitious, but our guys is that going to be kind of a weird experience too?
Yeah, well, it's, you know, I think some of this is good, is that at this time of the year and with everything's going on, we're kind of creating another story, and I think a little distraction's good during all this time, because these are huge games. So, you know, we'll get through all the kind of the funny stuff of it, and then understand that there's a big game tomorrow. You know, we're chasing, and we got to play very well. You know, we got to put together a good stretch here. So. You know, after all this other stuff, we have to realize there's a huge game coming tomorrow night. No doubt about it. And Craig, do you look at it as it could help you? I mean, being at least at home, is that an advantage for you guys, so to speak? Yeah, I mean, I think it's nice that we're home for sure. I think the games still have to be played. The Marlins are going to still try to kick our butts. That's not going to change. But it's certainly nice to be home, and I think everybody, like I said, is at this time of the year with the, you know, Miami's a great place to go, and guys love going to Miami. But at this time of the year, it's nice to be able to stay home for another weekend. You're
a guy, and as the manager of the team, you're good at blocking out the distractions. But when you hear, or maybe you've heard a little bit of, okay, Cubs, Cardinals, Rockies, is this fair, all that stuff, how do you process that in your mind for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, this was, you know, caused by, you know, a natural disaster. So it's, you know, like Rick said, you know, we were planning on flying to Miami. We were, you know, my bags were packed. I was ready to go. You know, my understanding was we were going to Miami. This was all last second, and you know, I understand why the city's not able to hold the games. There's other needs, I think, that are more important down there in the city at this point. So it just kind of fell on us. You know, it certainly wasn't anything we expected to happen.
Have you ever experienced anything even similar to this? Because it seems like such a unique or different situation.
I mean, I know there's been, there's a series in New York last week with the Yankees and the Rays, played at the Mets Stadium. So I haven't, but there was obviously there's been a game at Miller Park before with the Cubs and Astros, I believe.
Angels and Indians.
Yeah, so it's certainly happened. Never on teams I've been on.
All right, just a couple of housekeeping items, so to speak. Everybody wants to know tomorrow's starter. You just want to announce it right here, right now? It's a convenient place for you?
Right. Well, no, I don't.
I didn't think so.
But we're gonna, our pitching. Jimmy Nelson's injury has caused us to really have to be creative with how we're using our pitching, and it's non-traditional, which freaks everybody out in baseball, and I understand that. But we're just trying to figure out the best way to get 27 outs, and that's what we have to do to win a game. We got to get 27 outs, and we're just trying to figure out the best way to do that and use the skills of our guys to do that. So we're going to use bullpen guys tomorrow, and we'll see how the game goes. It allows us some flexibility kind of as the game goes and where we're at with score-wise and matchup-wise to kind of pick the best spots and then see where we stand after 5 or 6 innings and which kind of direction we got to go. But we losing the starters has put us in a different mode, and September and the expanded rosters has allowed us to kind of look at this differently and try to accomplish it a little differently. I
remember talking to you before spring training, so none of this surprises you, but now that you're in the race, have you gotten a lot of compliments about how you're quote-unquote ahead of schedule, or just how pleasant this season has been for people?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking for compliments. I'm looking for wins. So, that's, pats on the back don't work for me. Let's win baseball games. Let's experience October baseball. We're trying to. I do feel like we've moved the team in the right direction. We've made progress. We're getting better. And most importantly, we've put ourselves in a position to do something pretty special. And now we got 2 weeks to go out and try to do that.
And I know with your career, Craig, you were unbelievably talented, but you did, surprise some people. Are you a shock the world type of guy where, when people say you can't do this, you can't do that, and you just go out there and prove it to them on the field?
I don't. I mean, I hope we shock the world. I hope that's the plan. I think, look, everybody that I know, there's a little chip on everybody's shoulder, I think. And you have to operate with a little bit of chip on your shoulder and a little bit of, I can do this. That's what gets you there. So that's always part of it when you're constantly challenged, like I think you are when to try to become a Major League Baseball player and succeed. Challenges are always in front of you, and you got to answer those challenges. And that doesn't differ, I think, in any job that any of us take. When we get challenges put in front of us, you got to answer them.
And final thing is, do you feel like this weekend, because of the uniqueness, could be the lead up to something special? And do you look forward to this weekend, just what it all could mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, this is another part of the story. The great thing about baseball is that it's like this long, kind of novel that has ups and downs and twists and turns. And the good parts and the bad parts and the excitement and the disappointment. And there's been many chapters of the story written already. This is a different weekend this weekend, and it certainly is going to be an interesting chapter in this season for sure.
Craig, we appreciate you coming in on your day off, family obligations, all that stuff. So good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Lance. Thanks for having me.
Craig Counsell, manager of the Brewers. Thanks for watching right here in today's DMJ4.